We have established that virtue, arete, is the only good and that the dichotomy of control is the tool that protects our rational will, prohairesis. However, Stoicism is not a philosophy of passive withdrawal. Virtue, to be virtue, must be exercised in the world. The challenge is, how do we transform the excellence of the soul into practical action, into duty? This is the sphere of correct action, or Kathēkonta, a term that translates as appropriate duties or appropriate actions. Kathēkonta is the instruction map for how a rational being, living in an ordered universe, logos, should behave. It is the missing link between your virtuous intention, which is controllable, and the external world of indifference, which is not controllable. The complication, external action is always based on preferred indifference, health, wealth, protection, but virtue, which is the supreme good, is internal. How do we act in the external world without becoming attached to the external results? The solution lies in the logic of duty and the psychological concept of oikeiosis. In this video, we will analyze Kathēkonta, the mechanism that drives it, and compare it with the most rigorous of modern ethics of duty, Immanuel Kant's Deontology. The anatomy of duty, Kathēkonta versus Katorthōma. To understand Stoic duty, it is fundamental to distinguish between two levels of moral action. 1. Kathēkonta, appropriate duty. This is the level of action of the common person, the progressor, Prokoptōn. It is an action that, if done with the correct intention, can be logically justified. A Kathēkonta is fulfilling the responsibilities of your role, paying debts, caring for children, working honestly. The action itself has rational merit, but the underlying intention may not yet be perfectly virtuous. It may be motivated by fear of punishment or desire for reward. 2. Katorthōma, perfect action. This is the level of action of the sage, Sophos. It is the same external act, caring for children, done with perfect intention, completely and consistently, for purely virtuous reasons. It is the same external act, caring for children, but performed with simultaneous and immaculate wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. The sage acts because the action is correct, and not for any external reward. The dichotomy in action, the dichotomy of control, teaches us that, as progressors, our goal is to perform the Kathēkonta and, at the same time, seek the perfection of intention that would transform it into Katorthōma. Stoicism gives us a ruler to measure the effort, but reminds us that perfection is rare, and duty is daily. Full virtue can only be achieved with the perfection of intention, Katorthōma, but the path is paved with the diligent fulfillment of Kathēkonta. The engine of duty, Oikeiosis and the cosmic citizen. Oikeiosis, or the doctrine of familiarization, appropriation, is the psychological and ethical mechanism that explains why and how we extend our duty. It is the engine that moves us from self-interested concern, proper to an animal, to universal concern, proper to a rational being. Natural propensity. The Stoics argued that nature endows us with an instinct for self-preservation and familiarity. We begin by appropriating our own body and mind. The baby instinctively cares for itself. This is the first oikeiosis. The expansion of the circles, reason, upon developing, requires us to extend this familiarization. Hierarchals used the analogy of the circles of Oikeiosis, the first circle is yourself. The second is the immediate family. The third is the extended family. The fourth, neighbors. The last, the most vast circle, is humanity and the cosmos. Ethical duty, Kathēkonta, is the action of bringing the outer circles closer to the center. Cosmopolitanism, Oikeiôsis, is the logical foundation of Stoic cosmopolitanism. Since all human beings share reason, logos, we are all citizens of the cosmos. Justice, dissects, therefore, requires us to treat duties toward the stranger as an extension of duties toward our brother, for we are all bound by the same natural law. The virtuous action is the one that benefits the human community as a whole, not just the individual. Kathēkonta in action, the ethics of social roles, persona. Duty is not abstract, it is determined by context. Epictetus taught that each individual in life assumes several roles, personas, and the specific Kathēkonta is dictated by these roles. Examples of personas and duties. Persona of the rational human being. The fundamental duty is to preserve your prohairesis, acting with wisdom and justice. Persona of the citizen, the duty is to participate in politics justly, like Marcus Aurelius, pay taxes honestly, and obey laws, unless they require the violation of virtue. Persona of the father/mother, the duty is to provide for and educate children with reason. The success of the children is a preferred indifferent, the quality of your education and your effort are your duty, Kathēkonta. Persona of the professional, the duty is to exercise your profession with excellence and honesty, already applied to technique, regardless of profit, preferred indifferent. The conflict of duties, life inevitably presents conflicts between roles, example, family duty versus civic duty. Stoicism requires the individual to apply wisdom, phronesis, to determine which duty is superior in a rational hierarchy. Duty to the human community and personal virtue are always supreme. The choice of material, duty and preferred indifference. Kathēkonta requires us to choose, among the indifferents, those that serve as the most adequate material for exercising virtue. We do not act in a vacuum, we act upon preferred indifference, proegmena. Rational selection, the duty of a doctor, Kathēkonta, is to seek the patient's health, preferred indifferent. He does not seek disease, but uses health as the material through which he can demonstrate his competence and justice. The moral value is in the action of seeking health, and not in the fact that the patient is cured. If the patient dies despite the virtuous effort, the doctor has fulfilled his duty, Kathēkonta, and his action is Katorthōma, if the intention was perfect. The disconnection, the great error that Stoicism combats, is confusing the material, indifference, with the purpose, virtue. Kathēkonta is the process of handling the external material with internal excellence. The Stoic must desire the success of the action, as it is the natural result of a well-intentioned effort, but must accept its failure without disturbance, because the only thing that mattered, virtue in the action, was preserved. The philosophical contrast, Stoic duty versus Kantian deontology. The most rigorous ethics of duty in modernity is Immanuel Kant's deontology. The comparison between Stoic duty, Kathēkonta, and Kantian duty, categorical imperative, reveals the uniqueness of each school. Immanuel Kant, duty for duty's sake. For Kant, an action has genuine moral worth only if it is done from duty, and not from inclination, feeling or desire. Moral worth resides in the maxim, the rule, that guides the action, and not in the result. The maxim must be capable of being universalized, the categorical imperative. Kant's duty is a purely a priori law, born of pure reason, separate from experience and nature. The basis conflict. Stoic basis, duty, Kathēkonta, derives from nature, logos, and reason applied to our biological development, Oikeiôsis. It is a naturalistic ethic. We act from duty because that is the only thing coherent with our social and rational nature. Kantian basis, duty derives from a universal and absolute moral law dictated by pure reason. We do not act because of our nature or our inclination toward the social, but out of obedience to the law of reason. The eudaimonia conflict. Stoicism, the fulfillment of duty, Kathēkonta, leads to virtue, arete, which is the only good and the cause of eudaimonia, happiness. Duty is the means to happiness. Kantianism, happiness cannot be the end of moral action. The action is morally valid only if it is done from duty, and not to achieve happiness. Duty must be disinterested. Kant strictly separates happiness and morality, while Stoicism unites them in virtue. The Stoic solution, Stoicism offers a rigorous ethics of duty, like Kant, but anchors it in our biological and social nature, Oikeiôsis, making it more integrated with human experience. The Stoic fulfills duty because it is rational, and the natural consequence of that rationality is virtue and peace, eudaimonia. Living the cosmic duty. Kathēkonta is your map for daily action. It requires you to audit your duties rationally, use indifference as material, and fulfill your responsibilities without becoming attached to the final result. Stoic duty is an act of reason and justice toward the community and the cosmos. No matter the role you play, your duty is the same, to act with the best virtuous intention. Leave the result to the logos. If you are ready to embrace the rigorous science of Stoic duty, leave the comment Kathēkonta below. Subscribe to the hidden meaning and transform duty into freedom.